Well, Alan, joining us on the line is a young man that is making a lot of news. In fact, go to your current edition of Sports Illustrated, folks, and thumb through. It looks like it's on about page 130. You'll see our next guest, Logan Ruffin. Logan, welcome to Live to Pass.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, young man, just 14 years old out of Brentwood, Tennessee. You're racing a little bit of everything. How does the Pro All-Star Series stack up with some of the other racing series that you're competing in this year?
Well, I don't really know a whole lot about the Pro All-Star Series, but is that a limited late model series?
No, pass.
Super lates.
Right, okay. Sorry.
They got you so confused you're running just about everything this year.
Well, actually, I have our old truck driver, and he ran in a series a long time ago that was called the Pro All-Star Series that was not passed, so I wanted to make sure I had everything straight.
There you go.
But pass has been a really big deal for us this year. They have so many good drivers that I can learn a whole lot being there. You know, even just going out and practicing with those guys, you can learn a whole lot. And especially from guys like Ben Rowe and Jeff Bolts. He was a big help to us at the Greenville Pickens race last week. And I really got to thank him for helping me get through that race, and he did a really good job in the race also. But we're also racing in the ASA series this year, which has been a really big help to me also. Being in the crate car, I get to do a little bit of different driving styles between the two cars, you know, and it's been a whole lot of fun.
Well, Logan, you're not the only famous member of your family, because just a few weeks ago at one of the races, your mom was singing the national anthem, and quite a talented singer. ShellyRuffin.com, folks, if you want to check out some great country music. But I understand that you sang background vocals on one of her songs?
We did. We, in our living room of our house, we got my dad in, my sister, myself, and a whole bunch of other people. Supposed to make it sound like a big choir for one of her songs, you know, just as a cool effect. It was a lot of fun.
We'll get you to sing the national anthem this weekend then.
No, I think I'm going to pass. That's, that may not go very well. I'm okay with a group of people, but by myself it may not be that good.
Tell me a little bit about the car heading into Orange County this weekend. Boy, you had one whale of a run going at Orange County about a month ago and had some problems, but, I mean, that was a stout field we had for the Orange Blossom, and you were sitting there running third or fourth the entire race.
Right, we had a really good run that last week, like you said. And I really got to thank my crew chief, Dick Woodman. He gave me a great car. And fortunately, we had our mechanical failures and had to drop out. But this week, going in, I think we have to run the supercar because we blew a motor last week. And so I'm pretty excited about that. You know, I really enjoy getting to run the bigger car. And I know Dick has a lot of experience with the bigger motors, too. So I know we'll have a great race car. And we'll see if I can get myself adapted to the big motor at that track, and we'll see how we can do.
With the race being 200 laps and having the pit stops and everything, I know the pit stops are going to be a big part in the pit strategy and things of that nature, but having those 4 tires that you'll be able to change later in the race, can you divide the race up into 2 segments and push the car as hard as you want to, or do you still have to save tires to some extent?
I think saving tires is a big deal, definitely. You know, even in a 100-lap race, saving tires can make or break you. And I think that I will, you know, definitely save tires as much as I can. And, you know, the last 50, 75 laps, you've really just got to whale it and try to get as many positions as you can. But also, while you're saving tires, you have to try to maintain your positions the best you can. So I try to balance myself out and save a little bit, and, you know, we typically have a pretty good car at the end because of tires.
You got a pretty good sponsor deal that's helping you out for the rest of the season, too, don't you?
Yes, sir, Terminex. They have done a lot for us very quickly. We called them up a week before their mid-year meeting, and they had to find money in their budget to help us, and they really jumped on board with us, and I definitely have to thank them.
Well, I think that's great seeing a sponsor like that. Yeah, we would like to have a series sponsor for PASS, but just to have a major sponsor like that associated in short track racing and super late model racing, I think is great.
Yeah, we were really excited about it, but we've caught into so many people, and, they'll say, we'll try to help you a little bit, we can put a small sticker on the side of the car or something, help you pay for, half your fuel or something, but that's tough going through the whole year like that by yourself, and I just really got to thank them. They've really pulled through for us, and if it wasn't for them, we would not be racing near as much.
We're talking to 14-year-old Logan Ruffin from Brentwood, Tennessee, one of the stars you will see in action at Orange County Speedway this weekend. Logan, one more question before we let you go, young man. Why the number 76?
Well, when I first started racing, even in quarter midgets, where you were not technically supposed to have a number, my lucky number is 7 because I was born on 7/7/94. And my favorite driver was Mark Martin, and back then he drove the 6 car. So I was going to be 67, and that number was already taken. And I was going to be 77, that was taken, 7 was taken. So I put our two numbers together and put me in front since I was the newer driver coming in, and he was supposed to be retiring. And it's just always stuck. I mean, I never really wanted to change. I just hope that, if I make it to NASCAR, that'll also be something I can keep. But, you know how that goes.
Absolutely. Well, Logan, best of luck at Orange County Speedway this weekend. Go get 'em, young man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me on. And once again, I have to thank Terminex.
Absolutely. Always glad to get those sponsor mentions out. Oh, I'm telling you, Alan, they just keep getting younger and younger, just 14 years old.
Yeah, 94, I always grew up pulling for Bill Elliott, and I used to give people a hard time for, being born in 1985 or 86 or 87. I was like, you weren't even around when Bill Elliott won the Winston Million, and Logan, he was just born when Bill Elliott won his last race for Junior Johnson at Darlington in 94.
It's just scary. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
But let me tell you one thing. I know a lot of people, when you look at Logan, he's just turned 14 years old, and he looks like he's every bit of 8. But I can tell you one thing. When you look at him at first, you're like, there's no way he can drive one of these big, hulking, powerful, super late models. But he is one very talented kid. You heard how well-spoken he is, and I will guarantee you that you will see him someday racing on Sundays.
He's a good young man, and I've seen him race in the ASA Late Model Series. I'm a little worried that they might be pushing him up the driving ranks a little bit too soon, but no doubt that he's got some talent there, and he's going to be able to hone those skills with lots more seat time, and a good addition to the Pro All-Star Series.